Welcome to the Music PRODcast. We are getting closer and closer to Christmas every week. You guys don't seem too excited.
I'm super excited about Christmas. Yeah. I'm just getting the spirit now. Kai was playing carols all morning.
Yep.
And I woke up to that. And I was just like, wow, it's starting to feel like Christmas.
I'm just fired up because it actually snowed a bit.
Yeah.
It's just some white on the ground, ready.
Yep.
Ready. Tis the season.
Yep. On this episode, Owen Viragos joining me, as always.
What's up, guys?
And special guest, Calvin Eberts, friend of the show, singer-songwriter.
Artist,
yeah.
Artist extraordinaire.
I do my
The
best.
man. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Of course.
Let's jump into some news.
Cool.
I have some news from YouTube that they're going to be releasing a audio streaming service, a subscription service, starting in March. YouTube.
Oh.
So is that like the same thing as like that SoundCloud thing that they're trying to do now?
Because SoundCloud's trying to get you to pay.
They're trying to get you to pay so that you
yeah.
can download your music and have it, so you don't have to use Wi-Fi or data or anything like that. You can just make your playlist.
SoundCloud Go. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
something like that.
I think it's going to be more similar to the Apple Music and Spotify sort of thing. Warner has already signed on to this, and talks with Sony and Universal are also
That's the big three.
underway. Internally, it's called YouTube Remix.
I don't like that.
Yeah, me neither. And this would probably help with the whole no one makes money off YouTube sort of thing. That
Is it
everyone's
supposed to
talking
help?
about.
People make money off it too.
I mean, from like the music industry, people.
Isn't Vivo already kind of capitalizing on that?
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like this is like YouTube's response to just like they are technically like the biggest music streaming service.
Yeah.
You know, that's weird. Like that's normally like the number one place someone will go to look up a song. Like even us with Apple Music, Spotify, whatever resources we have, you still go to YouTube for like probably 90% of your music.
Yep.
I feel like it's a good source for YouTube to make more money, as much as they're already making with their ads and stuff like that. But it's people are already complaining. Artists are still complaining about how they're not making anything off of streaming either on Spotify or anything like that. So saying that they're not making money off of YouTube, I don't know if that's really like pushing that any further really, except for getting more money for YouTube. But I mean, I don't know what their formula is. I don't know what their plan is. It may work out better than some of the other streaming services, but I guess we'll just see how it goes. But
Definitely.
Remix definitely changed the name.
Yeah.
It's not going to work because I feel like they're in the exact same position as SoundCloud, as it was always a free service forever. So it was like a free place to get music. That's what like people knew it for. Like artists could post whatever they want. You can listen to the top artists or the people who no one's heard of. And once people like still to this day, like their model of their SoundCloud Go is not working. No one's paying for it. I still, every time I open up SoundCloud, it says, sign up for SoundCloud Go today. And then it's like, or continue for free. What are you going to pick every time?
Yeah.
What are you going to pick every time? Because I was never using it to take music with me before. So I'm not going to start using it now. So I think YouTube's just late to the boat for that. Like YouTube's still going to be big doing what it's doing, but I think Remix is going to flop.
Have you guys heard of YouTube Red? It's pretty much
I've heard of it, but I don't actually know what it is.
YouTube. You pay for YouTube videos like you would on like iTunes. It's not like Netflix because it's not subscription based. But a certain creator will like come up with a YouTube Red series, and it's just content that you have to pay for.
I've seen content you have to pay for on YouTube.
I've seen like
but
the movies and stuff,
Yeah. The movies, even like certain seasons of TV shows and stuff you can pay for. Is that what it is, or is that a separate site?
It's on the same site. It's just not movies.
Oh, okay.
So like, what's like a YouTuber that you watch?
Anthony Fantana.
Okay. Say does the music reviewer.
Internet.
Okay, say he made like a behind the scenes like documentary on an artist. And then he would release that on YouTube Red for like $1.50 an episode that you'd have to pay for if you wanted to watch it.
The fact that I haven't heard of it kind of tells me that like not a lot of people are doing it, because I feel like a lot of people that even do make a lot of their money off YouTube, it's more through like sponsorships, again, advertising. Like, I don't know, like I feel like getting people to pay for YouTube videos is hard.
Yeah. I feel like we're all in the same boat saying this isn't going to work out well.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
we'll
YouTube
see.
I thought YouTube would know better than this. This feels like a kind of weird.
Google would know better than this because they're owned by Google.
Yeah.
Google should, and Google even has their own streaming service, so why just put that out there? I don't know. That kind of confuses me, but we'll see how that goes. We'll have an update on that hopefully soon. When did it say it was releasing?
March next year.
Cool.
Owen, what did you bring for this week?
It's kind of a funny topic. I think it's so Kendrick Lamar's album Damn has had so many sort of fan theories about it, like whether it's like, you know, different meanings, you know, hidden messages, all that crap. And then people also came up with this theory that the album's actually supposed to be played backwards. Because like there was this whole theory that there's going to be a second album coming out, because they like just went through all these lyrics, and there's like, he talked about like rising again on Sunday, and the album came out on Friday, so like he's going to come out with another album, it's going to be a double album and all this stuff. And then people came to the assumption that no, the second album is just listening to it backwards. Like all this stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So Kendrick actually gets asked about this in an interview, and he's like, he kind of like endorses it. It's kind of like, yeah, like if you listen to it backwards, it has a different feel for sure. And it's
That's
like
interesting.
Yeah.
And it's like, obviously, like if you listen to an order of songs in a different order, it's gonna change the vibe of an album no matter what. So like he kind of just like, I don't know, just kind of like almost just teased into it. And then just this week, Friday, I see that a collector's edition of his album Damn with just the exact same tracks, reverse track order. And it's up for sale for CD, I think like vinyl, but it's also up on like Spotify.
Just the track list is reversed, or the actual songs are all reversed?
No,
too?
just the track list.
Okay.
So that doesn't even make sense to me.
So it's like if you were to just reverse, like just listen to the song backward. I listen to the album backwards, like not backwards, like the
each song,
reversed audio, but like the track list backwards. So start from the bottom and go up. And at first I was kind of like, okay, like at first I just saw pictures of someone holding a CD, and I was like, okay, that's kind of like a cool maybe collector's item. Like if they made like maybe limited edition and like kind of just made a few CDs and a few people got a hold of them, like it'd be kind of a cool collector's thing. But to like have it go back on iTunes for $12.99 and back on Apple Music again with the exact same songs, just reverse order, boggles my mind. So like I don't know, what do you guys feel about like deluxe albums and collector's edition and stuff? Like me personally, I just want to listen to like what the artist originally like wanted to put out there. I feel like even bonus tracks for me are like annoying. Like I just want to know when the album ends, like have a finish. Bonus tracks to me are almost like confusing or something.
I usually don't spend the extra money on like the bonus material and stuff.
Yeah.
Just because I just want the CD or the download or whatever.
Yeah.
Get that, listen to it. The only time usually I'll spend a little bit extra money is if they have like the live DVDs with it or something.
Right.
Because that's one thing I find myself going back to YouTube that I watch a lot on YouTube, and they're actually charging now sometimes to watch is like the live concerts. Bands will put like a full feed of their live concert.
Yeah. And
you have to pay like $5 or $3 or whatever to download it.
Yeah.
So I find like for a DVD or something, I'll do that because I'll just sit on my couch and just get hyped up and watch like a live video, you know, like watch the actual concert. Yeah, man. I think that's pretty sweet. But deluxe albums and stuff like that, I don't know. I've never personally really just paid the extra just for that. I usually just want the album. But
the more I actually thought about it and actually read through the track list, it doesn't make sense. Like the first song on the album is such like a cliffhanger for like the rest of the album. Like it doesn't make sense for that to be at the end of the album. Like I just not like it. Yeah, it's not real. Like I just can't believe they're endorsing it so heavily now.
You could literally make a playlist of the songs in reverse order, and that's free.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'd be interested in seeing how many people that bought the original album or downloaded on their streaming service, that will re-download or purchase it again.
Yeah.
Like I'd be interested if they come out with those stats or something, because that definitely is like baffling to me. Like,
So
if you're looking for a late Christmas present,
yeah, go get that.
And you know that they already
edition.
like the album.
Yeah, exactly.
Get them the reverse track list.
All right, that's good.
Right now I'm stuck here drinking, pretending there's no tears in my whiskey. The sun comes up, goes down, days turn inside out. Spin the same sad song, 'cause darling, you're not with me. Now the tears I've cried, drinking myself blind, wishing, wondering why. Me and my whiskey.
I want to talk to Calvin about his song that he just released on Wednesday last week, on the 6th, Tears in My Whiskey. Let's start with like the writing of the song, which was almost at the start of the year.
Yeah, the song's been in the works for a really long time. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think, probably since before April last year, because that was like first year college for me, and it was in the works at the end of the year then. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, I'd probably say like February and March of, 2017 technically, so this year. Mm-hmm. And it's just been like a work in progress. It was kind of something that I was working on, a chord progression that I came up with, you and someone else that we were working on for performance. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to take this and write a song, because, I mean, that's what I do. I write songs. So I just took that back. I spent a couple of days in Toronto when I went home for a week or whatever, and just worked on it, spit some stuff out. And then I worked with a producer in Toronto named Steve Worrell, and he kind of picked it apart for me. It was like, that chorus isn't that great. And I knew it wasn't great. Yeah. At the time, I was just like, I need some feedback on this, because I think it has potential, but I just can't get anywhere with this. So he kind of helped me rewrite that chorus and a bridge and stuff like that. And then after we got the finished product, it was really just producing from there. So I guess the song hasn't been in works for that long, the writing of it. It's just like the production of it. Like we did, like, I can't tell you how many versions of that song we've recorded and then added something, and then kind of started scratch, maybe just with the acoustics again. And just like, it was just a huge production all the way through. It was like, yeah, let's do this. And then, no, let's take that out. Let's do this instead. And it just finally got it finished, released, everything. Check it out on YouTube. It's been a long process.
It's a labor of love, though.
Yeah.
Where were you recording it, man?
I recorded it at a small studio in Toronto. The producer I was telling you about, Steve, used to own a studio in Toronto that I helped out at and volunteered at, and would also go in there to record. And then after that was sold, he got just like a basement redone, essentially. Vocal booth, drum room, control room, all that stuff.
Nice.
Set up. So we just been working there, really. Plus at like Fanshawe. In some of the studios there, I've been getting like most of my drum tracks and a lot of my like vocal takes and stuff like that just in there. Definitely. Just because of the gear and everything. And so yeah, most of it was recorded in Toronto though. And then Steve, who produced it, is also the mixing engineer, who did all that stuff too. So
nice, man. What was his name again?
Steve Worrell.
Cool.
I remember even like the day before it came out, you were sending me a new version again. Yeah. This time with real violins, fiddles.
Yeah, because
instead of MIDI ones.
We were using MIDI, and then Steve went out to BC to work on this John Denver tribute that he's doing with the Kelowna Theatre out there. So he was going there to help out with that, and found like a really good fiddle player. I was like, hey,
I got a job for you.
You want to do some session work? So I had to kind of like, musicians' ways, just like scrape up some money kind of thing, send it over there. She played all the fiddle tracks in Vancouver in a studio there, and just sent them our way. So we put them in and all that stuff. But it was cool to like know those people and kind of get those connections.
Tight, man. Yeah. That's good. You always got to have a fiddle player ready in the bed.
It's hard. Yeah. That's the problem with like country and even like pop country and country rock stuff, is like there's such a shortage of like fiddle players and especially like real lap steel players.
That's how I would say lap.
It's so hard to like find those players, and it's not impossible, but it's like it's hard to find like
really good ones,
really good one that you want,
especially outside of Nashville.
Yeah, especially in Canada.
I feel like there's not a lot of new people picking up the lap steel. Which is sad.
Really, like a lot of people lately to be starting like myself, because that's such an asset.
Yeah,
every time.
Like, hey, I play lap steel. Like, oh, I play guitar. Like, I mean, I do play guitar, but like, your chance of getting a gig playing guitar. Yeah. There's so many good, amazing guitar players out here. But it's, hey, I'm like a wicked lap steel player. Like, you do not hear that very often. So.
Yeah, it's true, man. And that's like, I feel like so key to the country sound. And like, it's just become a thing now that like everyone that really wants to like get involved in country rock or anything just, picked up the acoustic guitar. I feel like they got to get back into the, the lap steel. Because I feel like every time now I've seen a country act live, like the guy on the lap steel, he's like super incredible, but he's also like a super old guy. It's never like an old guy. It's never a young guy on the lap steel. Like, he's been through it, Like.
And talking about the music video, which I got to do, which was super fun. Yeah. We started, I remember we made a Google Doc.
Yeah.
And I just threw up a whole bunch of screenshots of music videos that I liked. And then we sort of had an idea of a couple like locations, I guess, that we wanted to shoot at. We wanted to have a bar performance shot in the ADC.
Yeah, which we decided is a silhouette kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah. And the fireplace.
Those were like the big
three. Ones, yeah.
Yeah. And then we sort of just
and then we came in here, this exact spot actually.
Yeah.
I mean, cut this part out if you don't want me to tell people your secrets, but what I thought was really cool is that shot with the 4 glasses was only one glass.
Yeah.
Just like edited and stuff.
What?
Not being a videographer, yeah. That, I mean, someone who is a videographer might not be that impressed by this.
Yeah.
But I don't know, but I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. Because we came here and I sat down.
I'm going to pull out the glass that we used.
Okay. So while Kai's gone, I'll just explain this quickly. So there was the glass here, and he had the camera set up just straight pointing down.
Right.
And he's like, "Okay, you're gonna drink this," and he had X's on the table and stuff, and you're gonna put it down, face down, kind of thing. And I was like, "Okay, there's only one glass. Like, what are we gonna do?" He's like, "Don't worry about it, just do it." I was like, "Okay." And he sent me the video back, and there was just like 4 glasses on the table, and I was like, "What?"
Owen doesn't know that I used one of his glasses for this video.
Oh.
I came back and I saw it.
Yeah.
I know that you grabbed it.
Yeah, this glass.
Yeah,
you only have one of them.
So my tears and my whiskey go.
Yeah. We needed like 4 of them. So
it turned out really well. I really liked how the ADC shot didn't look like it was in the ADC.
That's what I was trying. Yeah.
I don't like the look of it like looking like you're in the ADC.
Yeah.
Personally.
We pretty much completely.
It looks like you're on a
destructed.
huge. You could be on a huge stage or something like in that shot.
Yeah.
Like it looks like you could be anywhere. Like it's.
Oh yeah, I was walking into the school that day. And this guy, Dylan, who you guys obviously know in our program,
drummer,
was like, "What the heck are you guys doing in there?" And I was like, "I don't know. You see me with my guitar walking in. Like, I have no idea." He's like, "Kai destroyed the ADC. Like, go look at it." I was like, "What are you talking about?" I go in, like, the drums are like over here. All the decks are just pushed over to the side. Like these lights set up and stuff like that. And I was like, "Yes, Kai, this is what I'm talking about."
I noticed one day that everything was kind of like slightly
a little bit messed up.
Yeah, like everything was just slightly out of position.
Was it me?
I'm like starting to do like.
Yeah.
Like, but
that's
fun,
it was definitely fun. Every shot in that.
Do you have a game for us today? Or are we doing the
let's jump into our track breakdown. We're gonna be looking at
it's a new one.
Last Christmas by Wham. The 1984 smash hit. It was originally released by Epic Records on a double A-side back when they made those.
All right.
With the other song, Everything She Wants, which I've never heard of before.
Which I've never heard of before this date.
Calvin, do you want to explain what a double A-side is?
Do I want to... You're putting me on the spot like I told you not to do. Owen, take it away.
instead of having a B-side, it's like putting out 2 singles at the same time.
Yeah. Like,
But you know what I don't get, at least out of that, is people have like an A-side single and then they call it a B-side single.
Yeah.
But they're releasing 2 singles. I understand one's like the hit, whatever, blah, blah. But like, you're releasing 2 singles. Nowadays, I just call that 2 singles.
Yep.
I'm going to release like promotion here. I'm going to be releasing another song, which Kai has also done a lyric video for before the album comes out. And that's Tears of My Whiskey is a single, the first single, and then there's just the second single off of the album.
Yep.
When you had records, they had like the A-side and the B-side, the actual record that
made
flipped over.
sense, yeah.
But now people are, I'm releasing an A-side single, this and that. It's like, well, you're releasing on a digital platform. What is your A-side single? Like, is that just like your hit? Are you releasing 2 singles? Like, can you have A, B, and a C?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just gets confusing. It gets confusing. I don't know.
Why not have 2 and be able to make 2 separate cover arts that both reflect the single better?
Yep.
You know, kind of thing, or just like market them separately. I feel like so they each get the attention that you actually want. Because why would you like just add a song to a single if you don't think it's going to be as good? You know, like just put out the best.
I think with the rise, like the re-rise of vinyl, kind of lately, it's maybe becoming more of a thing.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about vinyl, especially back in the day when you had like the crazy artwork, is
Yeah.
there was 2 sides of artwork. Usually there was the A side artwork and the B side, or sometimes it was just one continuous shot that went around. But like some of them had 2 different covers, and it would just be like, oh, this is the cover for this side, this is the cover for this side. Whichever one you like better can be the front cover.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I don't know. Interesting.
The thing that I noticed was the beat, I guess. If you were going to teach someone about like the downbeat and the backbeat and the pulse, this is a perfect example. Like kick on the 1 and the 3 is the downbeat, snare on the 2 and the 4, it's the backbeat, and then the little like synth part, the eighth note synth,
Complemented by the sleigh bells too with the
Yeah, the synth is like pretty rhythmic. Actually, you're right.
yeah.
It's like a low
Cool part.
or a LFO filter going on that thing.
Yep.
Little modulation on it.
Along with that, the bass. I think the bass also plays 8th notes. Some people could
drives
say,
you.
yeah, it's almost like repetitive and boring. But like if you like it, then
I feel that. I feel that. Yeah.
What year did it come out?
1984.
Play 1 second. I want to see if it has like the 80s snare in it. Not that much. Like it's not that gated of a snare.
Yeah.
It's just like that whitewash snare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like normally, like I don't know. Like I was
white
just listening
noise.
to a bunch of 80s songs the other day, and George was like, every time in the 80s, every song sounded like there was just one person hitting a snare drum as hard as they could. Like just like destroying it. With like
Everyone
just gated
bashes
reverb.
on that, but I love that, man.
I love it too, but we were just like, you can picture, like, I just like now when I hear like,
I know,
just
yeah,
picture
I know,
someone just
same.
like, I love it too, man. Like it's so, like it's a defining sound of that era.
Yeah.
But it's so funny now how you can just like literally just era a song just based off that.
I don't know. One cool thing that I noticed about like those 80s snares, though, I know this is kind of off topic from what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So sorry, but
Yeah.
because last year Mo Berg was talking about it, and I think "Looking for Love" or something like that by Whitesnake. But if you listen to a lot of those songs, there is very little, and when there is, they're like really noticeable. But very little like snare rolls or anything like that. It's just always a snare on a 2 and a 4 or something like that, and it just fills out that drum mix really. Like that's what I find. Like I know some people are like that's an excessive amount of reverb. You don't need to do that kind of thing. But I find when you're not playing drum rolls or anything like that, or doing all these crazy fills, that when you're just hitting that one snare, it fills out that drum sound while you're playing. I think is a cool technique. I'm not sure if that's originally why they did it, but I don't know.
I think it was a mistake the first time
cool.
that happened.
I'm sure it was.
I watched, like that, like most great things, like it's a mistake. But I think I watched a video on that. Like it was some like engineer like messed around with some gate, and somehow like when he hit the snare, it like did
It
that.
opened the gate to
Yeah,
reverb
so,
or something
like-
like that. Yeah.
In the 80s, like the drums weren't that busy, like with crazy fills and
Yeah.
like little like roll-ins and touch-ins and stuff like that. So like it was literally just like
Yep. And I think it is
just,
the
made
like the
sense.
backbeat and that big snare that makes the track so dancey.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I've heard from a lot of people that it's always the backbeat that makes things dancey. Like when you talk about reggae music or ska music, they always have a super strong like accent on the upbeat, and then that's even happening with pop music now with the like upbeats as well,
Yeah.
making stuff dancey.
The backbeats, especially with like the dance hall rhythms, now like that's like probably the number one. Like
that's a huge thing now.
Yeah.
In dance music and pop.
Yeah.
So when Carly Rae Jepsen did her cover of it, you can see. Yeah, it starts off with snaps on the offbeats, on the upbeats, which I think Carly Rae Jepsen is probably one of the most dancey. Also, a lot of like 80s influence there.
Yeah.
Jumping into our Christmas themed game for this week, we're going to be playing a game called Over or Under. Christmas edition. The way this game will work is I'll give you guys the title of a Christmas song. One of you will guess the date that it was originally written. And then the other person...
The date or just the year?
Year. Yeah.
It feels
August
like a
13th.
September sort of 27th vibes I'm getting.
Yeah. Okay. And then the other person will guess if that guess is over or under the correct date. And if they're right or if they're wrong, they get a point. And then you guys will
The person who guesses the over under is the right
person that can gets the point.
okay.
And then it switches every round.
All right.
Interesting. Actually, that's smart.
Do you want to guess the first date, Owen? Okay. Silent Night.
Oh.
The famous Christmas song Silent Night. When was it written?
Are these all at least 20th century?
No.
They're not.
There's some in the 1800s.
I'm going to put it right on 1900.
1900?
On the dot.
Okay. Do you think that guess is over or under the actual date? The actual year that it was written?
You're basically... I don't think it was in the 1800s. Oh.
All right, I'm going to say that he is over.
He's over?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yes.
It was written in 1818. It's an old song by Franz Xavier Gruber.
I wonder who's getting royalties for that still.
No, and it's public domain.
This is probably,
Anyone can make money off that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to license it.
Silent Night cover coming soon.
50 years. That's 2017, almost 2018.
Just to let you know, if any of you guess the exact date, you get 3 points.
Oh, so if you guessed the right year,
Yep.
not the date, buddy.
Okay. Calvin, ready to guess?
November 21st.
White Christmas. The song White Christmas.
1921.
1921. Owen, do you think he's over or under?
Under.
Under? That's correct. He is. It was written in 1942.
Oh, no.
Irving Berlin.
I was going to say 42, and not 42, but 40s.
All tied up, 1-1.
Oh, I thought it was 30s, so I would have been still wrong.
I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. What year was that written? Owen?
1970. I can't see. 1970s. 1977.
1977. Okay.
Ooh.
What do you think?
Okay,
Over
I'm gonna
or
say
under?
That he's over.
Owen's over. That is correct. It was written in 1952 by
yes.
Tommy Connor.
I knew it was not like a super old song. Like 1800s.
I thought it was
or
even more
anything,
recent. 1950, eh?
I was going to say 60s.
It seems kind of like promiscuous, so I thought it would be like maybe later. It seems like not 50s appropriate. You know?
Yeah. Yep. Okay, song number 4, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, yo, that's probably the hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
Because I just don't. It's so popular that it's just.
I have no
It could be 1,000 years old. It could be written like 20 years ago. Okay. I want to go with 1935.
1935. Owen, over? Is he over or under?
He's over.
He's over. That is incorrect.
He's
What?
under. It was written in 1949.
49. Right. I wasn't that far off.
So he gets it right? Or I just don't get a point?
No, you don't get any points. So
3-2. Is that what it is?
2-1.
2-1.
Yep. Ready to guess the next date, Owen? Mistletoe. Song Mistletoe.
By Justin Bieber?
Yes. Yes. What year did
Jam
that?
it out to that earlier.
Yeah. What year did that come out?
2012.
Over or under?
That's wrong?
Yes.
No.
Over or under?
I heard you listening to it earlier too. I'm trying to remember if his voice was like that baby voice that he had when he was younger. How many years? 2012 to 2018 almost. 6 years. I'm gonna say that
Owen is
under.
He's under. He's over.
No.
Incorrect. Justin Bieber came out in 2011.
That song.
1 year.
In 2011.
1 year.
Okay, next song, Jingle Bells. Calvin,
Dude.
what year was Jingle Bells written?
The way 1912 is when it happened.
1912.
That
Owen,
is what I say.
over or under?
I think he's over.
You think Calvin's over?
Probably.
That is correct. Yes.
Oh no!
It was written in 1857.
I thought it was an old one because they talk about like being gay and stuff. Writing so gay.
Yep.
Super old English.
Yes,
Kinda.
it's all tied up now. 2-2.
How many more we got here?
We have 4 more.
All right.
4 more songs.
I'm gonna catch the lead in a second.
Okay. Ready to guess, Owen? Santa Baby.
Santa baby.
What year was that written?
That feels like 80s. 1985.
1985. Calvin, over or under?
I feel like it's a really recent song too, but there's no 80s snare in there either. So. Oh, this is the hardest one yet. Actually. I lied about Jingle Bells. Okay, or Rudolph, whatever I said. Okay, we're gonna go with he is over.
Over, that is correct, yes. He is over. It was written in 1953,
Wow,
back in the 50s.
doesn't.
I
That's
guess
actually
so.
crazy. Some of these songs.
Wow. I'm learning a lot today.
Yep.
Yeah.
3-2 for Calvin. Here you go, Calvin. What year was Frosty the Snowman written?
Oh man, I feel like it has zero correlation to that movie that I watched when I was a kid, which has been out for
That came
how
out in the
many
60s.
years now? In the 60s or something?
Yeah, at least 50 years.
Okay, I'm gonna say 1943.
1943.
Oh, I'm so wrong.
Owen?
I know I'm wrong.
Over or under? Is Calvin over or
I think he's
under?
over.
He's over? That is incorrect.
Yeah.
He was under. It was written in 1950. On
That's
the dot.
it, eh?
Yep. Calvin still up by 1. Owen, here's your next song. Let's try and guess.
I gotta get the year right.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
What year was that written?
1932.
1932. Over or under?
He's
Calvin?
under.
He's under? Yes, that is correct. It was written in 1970.
I was gonna say 1990 to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
I know it's a fairly new song,
Yep.
I didn't know.
but even I was off with that.
Yep.
Wow, I was really off.
So Calvin takes a 4-2 lead.
Gotta get in the
Is it-
Christmas spirit, man.
Yep. Yep.
Gotta know your Christmas songs.
Yeah.
Okay, Calvin.
You got
When
mistletoe, though,
when
so.
was
Bieber, that's all they count.
Oh man. I know that's my only win. That's
when
actually a
was
loss.
Mary Did You Know written?
1875.
1875. Over or under? Owen?
He's under maybe.
Calvin is under? Yes. He is. He is under. It was written in 1991.
Oh, that was the newest one. I guess the oldest.
Wow.
So with this final song, Owen actually has to guess the date that this was written.
The date?
To win. The year.
Okay.
The year that this was written. I just keep saying date. To win. You're down by 1.
But he can tie it up, no? Or is he down by 2?
He can't. Because
Nice.
So
either
this is just for
you
the
get a
sport.
point or no one gets a point.
Oh, fair.
Unless Owen gets the date right.
Okay.
And you're up by 1 right now. Calvin's
Okay,
up by 1.
fair enough.
So I'd win?
You'd win if you guessed
If
the
you get
year
the date,
right.
Yeah, let's hear it.
the right year.
Winter Wonderland. Walking into Winter Wonderland.
What
What year was it written?
1942.
1942? That is incorrect. Calvin is the winner. Do you think he's over or under?
He's under.
No, it's incorrect. He was over. It was written in 1934.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yep. We can finish up with some music recommendations. I'm going to recommend the Country Heat Christmas album.
Okay.
From 2016. It features Blake Shelton with Home, the Michael Bublé song. Carrie Underwood with Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Gord Bamford with Christmas in Canada. A couple others. Yeah, that was one of the albums I took pretty much every song from when I was making my Christmas country playlist
Nice.
for this year.
I respect it.
Cool.
Owen?
I'll recommend an album by a guy called Roy Blair. Put out an album last week called Cat Heaven. I relate.
Do all good cats go to heaven?
Every cat in the universe goes to heaven. They're the only good cats. But I like the song Grow Up, Kansas, and Thunder. Check Jane too. Check those out.
Nice. All right. I recommend Chris Stapleton's new album, From a Room, Volume 2, which is the second half of what he released earlier this year. My favorite song off of it so far has been Scarecrow in the Garden. But yeah, it's a pretty sweet album. He never fails to impress me with his songwriting.
So I'm just going to break down the plan for this podcast for like the last couple weeks. We have an episode next week, and then we're taking 2 weeks off, I think, probably, over Christmas break.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
We only have a week of vacation though.
12
I'm not
days,
saying we
12
have to come
days, I
back.
think,
I'd like
but-
to have 2 weeks.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it'll be a 2-week break. We might put out a best of episode of all the best moments so far.
Of all of just
But-
a compilation of weird sounds.
So
maybe.
either like the second or third week of January, we'll be back. So
Sweet, but yeah, we got one more holiday hopefully for you next week. So
yeah, thanks for listening.
thanks for tuning
thanks
in,
for having
guys.
me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thanks, Calvin. Awesome.